idea about what he summoned, it would be in that journal. So I think we at minimum need to read that, find out
Yeah.
what he was doing.
Well,
I
if you
suggest
guys,
three things. First, we need somewhere to stay.
That's
Second,
true.
Okay.
second, somebody needs to go and file a police report because that policeman is still waiting and he's not going to accept us just
Yeah.
wandering off.
I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna go to the policeman, give him the report, and ask him if he knows of a place that we can crash.
Right.
But
Lehman is
third,
gonna
what I
go-
suggest is that while some of us do some research, at least one person go to the house and just scope it out from a distance in case something
Yeah.
dramatic happens. They can immediately tell us.
I agree.
Okay.
So who's doing what?
Well, Lehman goes over to the wife and kid and gives his condolences, of course, and asks for an address where he can sort of talk to them, maybe tomorrow.
The son immediately looks at you with great suspicion. Why would you want to talk to us? You've already done enough. You took the final moments I could have had with my father.
Lehman stares at the little shit. And addresses every other question he has to the mother.
The mother is too busy sobbing profusely.
Lehman is puzzled.
These emotions, they make no sense.
Why is she so sad?
Must be raccoons.
Rats in the
Lehman-
eyeball was causing her to weep.
It is, of course, very, very tragic, but your dad left some estate that might, at some point, fall to you, and we
What?
would like to
How
sort.
do you know this?
Well, he told me while you were out, son.
What else did he tell you?
Well, there was a reason he told you to leave the room, so I'm going to have to speak to you tomorrow and your mother. So,
Scowls slightly.
also, you look like a ferret.
Scowl turns into a sneer. He tells you to leave.
Elliot leaves and sulks. Yeah, rejoins the others with the exclamation, well, that was shit.
Well, I'm still outside. I'm talking to the
Yeah,
police officer.
You're giving
right?
a statement.
Yeah, and I'm asking him about like a.
He suggests
hostel or something.
various places that you could stay. He does not
I
recommend...
asked for the closest.
He does not recommend people of your caliber stay in a hostel. He suggests a small, well-to-do motel.
Okay, I asked for the closest one.
He gives
and
you
for
an-
directions.
Yeah, he gives you directions. They're not far away. He's
Okay.
satisfied with your statement.
Great. He leaves. I take it.
He does leave.
Okay.
Sleep
I
well, son.
go back to the group.
Well, we should go there then.
Yep.
Keep.
How far are we from the university?
You're not far. You can walk there. It will take you about 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I've already set off to the university library because that's basically what I'm here anyway. I want
Are
to
you
get,
sure
I want to
you're
get my
gonna
hands in
get?
fatty
Are you
books.
sure you're gonna get into the library at this hour?
It's only 1 o'clock.
Yeah, this is the
So,
midday.
yeah, it's 1 o'clock in
midday.
the evening.
Also,
afternoon.
we need to get that car repaired.
Yeah,
We do.
properly. We need to empty the weapons out of the car at the hotel and then have it at a proper mechanic. So if we need to abscond, it's ready. Good.
So we've got Violet going to get the
Violet going to the
get
Mystic
to
Tonic.
university.
Yeah.
We've
I'm
got
heading over to the motel,
You're
and I'm
heading over to
getting
the
our
motel.
rooms ready because my guy got spat in the face, and he's really really tired.
in that case.
So yeah, I need.
In that case, Elliot, if you go and get the car repaired, I'll go over to the house and scout it out and see what happens.
But
Alright.
isn't the house super far away?
It's
Of course, it's Violet's car, so
a few
Elliot
miles
inquires.
west of Arkham, by a village.
Yeah, so you
Ah.
basically need the car to get there.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, you need the car, so you're gonna have to wait till the car's fixed.
Okay, so we should go and get that fixed then.
Okay.
Well, we should dump the weapons at the hood.
You guys should just go to the garage, and as the guy's doing it, just stand around staring at him and make like dismissive comments about his workmanship.
Or ask at the garage if they can give you a car. Just give him some money. Just put some money in his
We
hand.
need to get rid of
yourself.
those weapons first.
Yes,
we
we
can't
will.
get it
Okay,
repaired.
let's
with
do
shit ton of
let's do the
weapons.
various parts first. The various part first is the fact that Jack Clyker easily gets to the motel first.
Of course.
and books a room. It's a very reasonable rate.
Well, I book like multiple rooms.
There is one room available.
Oh, does it? Okay.
There's one room available. The rest of them are booked out for the evening.
Okay.
Where's the motel located?
It's about 2 streets along. It's not bad. It's pretty close.
Is it sort of in a populated area, or is it slightly
Close to
suburban?
close to the more commercial area, actually.
Is this like a B&B?
No, it's sort of. It's like sort of better than a B&B, but worse than a hotel.
It's definitely suitable though. So I get the room. I go up to the room.
Mm-hmm.
I put our stuff in there,
Yep.
and I just kind of throw myself on the
You
bed
go
and try to get some
Right.
shut eye.
Okay. The next person who will easily find stuff, because you
Oh,
guys...
wait. Is there a shower in there?
Yes.
Yeah, I take a shower and then go to bed because I
Yes.
got spat in the fucking
You,
face.
next person to find thing is because while you guys don't know the location of a mechanic, it's not hard to find directions to the Mr. Tonic University.
You just follow the sounds of the screams of the dying.
Right, follow the sound. The Mr. Tonic University is a big place. It is a very big and very, very well maintained university. What are you trying to look up there, considering you now have the journal?
Well, I'm going to read the journal first,
You're going to read the journal?
but it's more like it's the nearest place where I knew I could sit down and read.
Right.
And I wanted to go there anyway, so I
You're
can just
gonna
read
read
it and
that?
segue into doing whatever.
That's going to take you 4 hours, so these guys find a mechanic.
Yay.
You find a mechanic. He looks up
Okay.
to you and your car and is a little surprised at how ritzy it is.
Get the guns out of the car.
May I take the lead here?
Of course.
Don't need you to fix the car, but if I could borrow some tools and a few spare parts, that would be good.
I think
I
you've
get
gone to
that.
the wrong place if you expect me just to loan your tools and do your work here.
Well, I'll of course pay you for the spare parts, and you will have time to fix the cars you have over there. Other people haven't. You'll save both of us time, and you'll make money doing
You're
nothing.
going to need to make a persuade roll.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Could I make a bargain roll instead?
Persuade roll first, because he's
Okay.
talking.
Okay.
Shit!
Did you not
6.
do well? 6! You rolled a
Yes.
6.
I did.
Well, that's a tick on your persuade skill. Well done.
I have a persuade skill.
You have
I do
now.
now. Oh yeah! What's the standard?
It's roll like 25 odd %, I believe.
20?
That's all right.
He rolled a 6.
You rolled a 1 on my sanity check. Well, I don't get no sanity.
No, you don't get sanity for rolling 1 on sanity.
Please.
If I had rolled 1 less, more on sanity, I would have
right.
lost.
How busy are we, boss? We got 2 more cars to deal with. Right, fine. Okay. We'll keep tabs. You tell me what bits you need. We'll charge you and then you can fix it up.
Splendid. Daniel, you keep an eye on
Yeah.
everything while I
Yeah.
It's going to take a while.
Lehman disappears on the
Going to
chart.
take a while going to take a while
But-
to fix, though.
Do I do a roll?
Yes, you can make a roll, although...
Whilst this is happening, I'd like to talk the man and barter prices.
Right, you make a bargain roll.
72.
Does that pass or fail for you?
I've got 80 in.
Oh, yep, that's a pass. He will be able to give you a discount on it.
Aha!
So, what's your mechanical repair roll for this, Lehman?
62, and my mechanical repairs 75.
Yep, fine. It's going to take you a while, though. It's going to take
Yeah,
you...
of course. Of course.
In this time, Violet reads the journal. You, Violet,
Yep.
you lose 2 sanity points,
Oh, come on.
but you gain 1 point of Cthulhu mythos, putting you up to 5. Or is it? It's 5, isn't it?
Yeah,
putting
it's
you up to
4
5.
then plus 1. So,
Putting you up to 5 Cthulhu mythos. You glean the following from this, and this is going to be a long one.
Boy.
The first part describes the group of friends playfully calling themselves the Dark Brotherhood, holding their first meeting in 1874. Rupert Merriweather became the recording secretary. The members numbered 6, including Marion Allen, the founder and their nominal leader. It then goes on to describe in June of the same year, they purchased an old farmhouse outside Ross's Corner, a place where they could conduct their experiments in privacy. Representing themselves as a student literary fraternity, they cleaned and furnished the place while Mary and Alan carved special warding signs over the wooden doors and windows. At the time, the others were amused at such precautions. A series of experiments, all innocent and apparently ineffective, are then detailed, and they're all attempts to contact the spirit world. You then find the next entry of interest is dated early January of the next year, and notes that Mary and Alan's acquisition of an artifact, purportedly Egyptian, described as a small sarcophagus of gold with a hinged lid. Inside was a large piece of amber entrapping a specimen of some unknown species of anthropod. Alan was excited, he writes. The box corresponds to a description he found in an ordinary reference volume in the Miskatonic University Library. Alan then says that in another book, a thick Latin tome called De Vermis Mysteries is an explanation of some purported powers of the box. The small animal trapped in the amber is said to contain a friendly spirit and guide to the spirit world. A date is later set to conduct a ceremony intended to summon this spirit creature, a Saturday night in the middle of March. The next entry you read is indeed titled in March, and I shall read it to you. We began the ceremony as Marion instructed, according to that described in his book, De Vimes Mysteries. A fire is set in the fireplace, and a pentagram chalked on the floor, marked with appropriate symbols and illuminated by 2 black tapers placed near the centre, flanking a piece of amber with its trapped spirit. The others sit in a circle, while I, the designated Watcher, who guards for malevolent spirits, sit in the far corner of the room. Marion throws a handful of powder in the fire, producing an evil-smelling smoke and dampening the flames, which now burning a sputtering green and brown. Those seated began to chant Latin. They began the Latin chant Mary and Alan had transcribed from his book. After nearly 2 hours, I see a trail of smoke coming up from the piece of amber. Its surface seems to be bubbling, melting. Could it be? Have we finally achieved success? I could see a form. It cuts off abruptly, and then continues. It is the following day. We have finished with our plans and have sworn a pact never to speak of what happened last night. We have satisfactorily explained the death of Robert, and in some manner the madness of Harold. The sheriff accepts the explanation of a carriage accident. We planned it well. Robert's neck was broken in the fall, we told him. Harold struck his head on a rock when the horse's leg broke and the carriage rolled. Would it be that it was only that? For the rest of us, we will be forever changed by what we experienced last night. A thing formed in the center of the pentagram, shapeless, nearly invisible. Its terrible voice should have given us a clue, but we were foolish. It spoke. Then Marion cast that damned powder on the spirit, the dust of Ibn Ghazi, he calls it. And that's when we could see it. Words cannot describe the faceless thing with 1,000 mores. It roiled and bubbled, never fully revealing itself. So terrifying was its aspect that I sat as though frozen to the floor, the pen falling from my nerveless fingers. Cecil and Marion seemed as lifeless as I, while a short, sharp cry issued from Crawford's mouth. Robert, however, rose to his feet, and before anyone could stop him, stepped forward as though to embrace the horrible guest. With its arms, or those appendages that seemed most like arms, it took hold of poor Robert and twisted his head around as though it were a doll's head. The lifeless corpse was then thrown back into Harold's lap, and that was when he began that damnable shrieking! A shrieking that hadn't stopped even after we handed him over to the sheriff's men. We still had a chance, apparently. Marion now believes if we had kept our wits, we could have reversed the chant and eventually forced back the creature to wherever it came from. But Crawford panicked, and mistakenly believing that it would dispel the creature, reached forward and destroyed part of the pentagram, breaking its effectiveness. Released from the binding symbol, the thing, with a screech that could only be unholy satisfaction, fled the house, disappearing out of the darkness of a roaring, screaming wind of boiling colours. Marion believes that the thing could still be destroyed, or at least dispelled, but none of us who remain have the stomach for such an undertaking. It is believed that the spell we cast inextricably binds the thing to the house, and it is true that when we went back a few days later to retrieve our things, we heard it bumping about in the attic over our heads. The warding signs so cheerfully carved by Mary and Alan during better times. Times that seem so long ago. A apparently are effective and bar the thing entry except into the attic of the house. The next entry are names of those belonging to the Dark Brotherhood, followed by the dates of their deaths, all by the same hand, but in various
The Dark
inks.
Brotherhood.
Robert Mencken, March of, let's see, it was 18 minus 7 years, 1874, 1875. Harold Copley, August, 1875. Marion Allen, August, 1874. Then it hops forward a bit. Crawford Harris, January, 1908. Cecil Jones, March, 1918. Rupert Merriweather, no writing. There is also a small newspaper clipping dating from August, the month of the death of Marion Allen. It's pasted next to an entry marked by his death. It's a small article, but a murder at the docks, New Orleans. The body of Mr. Marion Allen, late of Arkham, Massachusetts, was discovered early this morning near the Gulf and Panama
Wait,
Docks.
Mr. or Mrs.?
Mr.
Alright.
Marion is Mr. Near the Gulf and Panama Docks. A victim of foul play, the man was identified by local witnesses who said that Mr. Allen had been seen in the locale the evening before. Although robbery was the apparent motive, police report that the victim's tongue had been cut out. Marion Allen had reportedly gone to police earlier this week claiming he was being followed and that he feared for his life. He said his shadowy pursuers were after an Egyptian artifact which he no longer possessed. The last entry is written in a noticeably weaker hand, and the ink is quite fresh. It reads, I gravely fear that which I and my colleagues have loosened upon this countryside. Nothing of consequence has yet taken place, but with my death the bonds will be broken and the thing then freed to come and go as it pleases. Lives and souls not yet taken already lie heavy on my conscience. The method of delivering the thing out of this world is still in that accursed house, a translation made by Marion Allen from the horrid Vermis Mysteries. I am not strong enough to take on the task, but I know of those who perhaps are. Should they fail me, may God have mercy on my soul. That is the journal.
Wow. I'm so glad that my guy's just lying in bed and doesn't know anything about this.
No, you have to be related.
So,
You're in the Mr. Tonic University and you've just read that.
I'm going to immediately grab the books that describe the objects she's talking about. There's several separate things. The first thing is look up the description of the thing in amber that was mentioned. There was a book about that. Looking up the relevant Egyptian stuff would be something that I can do, given that I also know Egyptian, ancient Egyptian. And I suppose the third thing would be what was the earlier on they were talking about, they had the amber and what do they describe at all the pentagram they used and so on to summon it and seal it and so on?
They briefly described it. Yeah, you could make an occultist check.
Yeah, and I make a
On
check
each,
for
you
that
make
as well.
2 library use rolls.
Okay. Where are you? Yes. 8.
Mm-hmm.
94.
Right, well, the 8 is good enough for a check, but the 94, not so much. While you're still searching for things, the car is fixed. And you are charged. It's a pretty reasonable rate.
I was actually got the idea you might want to try and stick a bit of armor plating in the car doors.
Wait, did you guys do the thing where you got yourself a car so he could drive to the friggin' house?
No,
No.
Jesus Christ.
we're hanging around at the garage.
I give you guys one job.
You give us one job and then you go to bed. What do you expect?
That's how we Germans do things. We delegate. Anyway, okay.
It's more like that's
so-
how actors
he's
do
not
things.
going
I
to
am
op-
retired.
He's not going to help you fit armor plating in the car.
I was just doing myself, but do we have time? Would we have time for that?
No, you wouldn't have time today.
All right,
Armor
fine.
plating in the car?
We got shot at.
I'm not sure if Violet will be so happy about that.
We could just stick it inside the car doors. You would never notice.
So you don't have time for that, but the car is roadworthy again.
Oh, nice.
You going to drive it back to the motel?
Are we, Mr. Dunnan?
Yeah,
He's
sure.
gotten done in. Oh, there you
Yeah,
are.
no
Yeah,
worries.
we drive it back to the motel.
I'm, by the way, before I do all my research and stuff, I'm going to go down to the main library desk and ask to use their phone and phone the motel just to make sure that the other bros know what I'm doing.
Yep, you get the receptionist at the motel that tells you that your friend that you asked for is one person has checked in. They've checked in a room.
Could I just leave a message with them in that basically contains, I'm still at the library doing more research. If they really need me, either call or come get me.
Okay.
Right.
You your research, which is the first part of the research that you can do before they fix the car, you manage to pick up a copy of the book mentioned by Marion Allen in Merryweather's journal. It contains a drawing and short description of the small the small box. Sorry, it's not black. The small box that you recognise as the box that was in the cardboard box that you were given by Rupert. That small golden box is what you were given. It notes that little is known about the box, but that scholars believe it has been in the possession of the little-known Nopru Ka, a would-be usurper of the Egyptian throne who lived sometime during the 14th dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
The sarcophagus was supposed to have been given to Nopru Ka by the gods, and was said to contain spirits that he could call upon to serve him. It was stated that the sarcophagus actually contained a piece of unpolished amber encasing a trapped insect. For years, the golden box was owned by a noble family in Britain. It stated that it was stolen in a burglary in 1869 and was not seen since. The article offers a translation of the inscription carved on the box.
Mm-hmm.
The summary mentions brief odd glyphs carved from the inside of the lid, but makes no attempt to explain or decipher them. The rough
By glyphs, do you mean hieroglyphics?
just says glyphs.
Okay.
The translation of the hieroglyphics states, "Seeker of wisdom, servant (son) of Yugur, Yog, Sethith. Deliverer of the people (slaves) of the water, bearer of the spirits of Narloth Hotep, child of Thoth, seeker of wisdom."
I assume a brief history check would not reveal anything of any particular relevance in this case.
You can try.
Okay, let's give it a go. History. Where's the clicky thing? 54, so no.
No, you doesn't make an occult roll for me.
Okay. Oh, fucking 1! Again!
Right, because you rolled a 1 on a skill check, you get the opportunity to immediately improve the skill of this.
Okay.
So
I
you
love how he just like reads a book and suddenly he goes, I can read a book much better now.
Well, amazingly, you roll an 87 on this, so you immediately gain 2 skill points on this, so your occult is immediately raised to 82%.
It's pretty alright.
You get a brainwave on this and immediately start scouring the books in the occult section and come across a book that triggered in your memory of the fabled civilization of Mu.
As in MU?
MU.
Yes. This is a kind of hilarious occult myth that hung around for ages.
A reproduction of sea-eroded carvings, predicted to be Muvian in origin, closely resembles, you notice, those found inside the lid of the sarcophagus. The book, however, offers nothing in the way of translation, and thus the glyphs remain indecipherable.
Ew.
The only thing that you remember now is that the De Vermes Mysteries was loaned out from this university.
Okay.
But it's very late now.
Right,
Spent
so
a
in that
long
case, I'm
time in
going
the
to head
library.
back.
Yeah, they are. You are one of the few people left in the main library looking at this stuff.
Wait, the guy who invented Mew would still be alive. That was James Churchwood, wasn't it?
You could always inquire if you wanted about the De Vermes Mysteries.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You inquire with her, and she checks something for a moment, and she returns and states to you that there is indeed a copy of this book, but it has been locked away in a rare collection upstairs. It is in a special restricted list compiled by the head of the library. She tells you that if you want to make inquiries about this, you will have to contact a Dr. Henry Armitage.
Let's do this thing. Ask him if he's here at the moment.
He is, but under specific instructions not to be disturbed. If you want to make an arrangement with him, you will have to bring a. You'll have to come in the morning if you want to talk to Armitage.
Yep. I nod assent and wander back to the hotel.
Good old Armitage.
You guys imagine go back to the motel.
Yeah, of course.
So
We
you're
are
all
there
back
already.
at the
I think.
motel.
We should be.
Yep, you're all there, and Clyke is just there going.
You guys can wake me up if there's something important you want to tell me.
Well, do we arrive there at the same time as
You
as,
two arrive
as Violet?
first, and Violet arrives a little later.
Elliot will try to get a little bit of a nap before Violet arrives, since he drove all night.
Violet eventually arrives. You arrive and are directed to the room. They're all asleep.
No, I'm resting in my chair. It's comfy.
Everyone but Dunnin is asleep, who's not been done in yet.
Nah, done in is not done in yet.
Just imagine Violet coming in, brain awash with ideas, and everybody's like.
Are they all asleep?
Two of them are. Dunnin is not.
I turn on
decide
the
to,
lights and just immediately start boldly announcing what I've discovered.
You're all awoken by Violet loudly proclaiming.
Oh, do you want me to proclaim?
If you want.
Come on, fellows, no time for sleep. I've discovered the key to solving this whole thing.
I get up. I get up.
Yeah, fantastic. Continue while these two wake up.
By the way, where's my car?
Car's fixed. It's all good. I got a very good price as well.
Wait, you sold the car?
Yes, I sold our only means of transportation.
I don't know.
Sold the
Have you?
car?
I mean, I know you, man, but I look at the clothes you're wearing, and I wouldn't put it far from you.
No, I managed to get a good deal with the repairs. Don't worry.
It was a fair deal. Huh? Could make a living doing that. A man could.
I could if I wasn't such a.
Not you.
Terrible
You can't.
drifter.
Me.
Excuse me.
You know,
No,
that
wait, no.
reminds me. That reminds me, Dunnan. What are you wearing?
Very respectful and very comfortable clothing, son. You would be surprised how shit it is to sleep in uncomfortable clothing.
Oh, so is it like, are you not actually wearing hobo clothes? Because if you're wearing hobo clothes, I would give you one of my spare suits.
No, it's like a just slightly dishevelled sort of suit. It's
Ah, I see.
Burlap sack.
it's just
Maybe. Just a burlap sack.
maybe a hole or two here or a bit
On
of
your
fraying on the
face.
edge.
Anyway, so Violet brings us all up to speed, or what?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, but the
Wait.
most important point I make is that A, I'm going to go see Henry Armitage tomorrow morning to see if I can get hold of another book that's relevant, and B, they definitely... What seemed to happen is they did summon something through which is confined to the house, and...
But no longer.
Well, potentially no longer, because it depends how the wards that What's-His-Face carved hold, because there were two separate things that confined it. And...
So what
that's
about
probably-
the little sarcophagus that I gave to Dunnan?
Sarcophagus I've still got, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, and the small golden box. That came up as well.
So
We
what
should
can we do
probably
with
give that to Violet. I assume it's there's no sense in us hanging on to it.
Yeah, I'll have a look at that then, and see what I can glean from it.
Indeed.
But I suppose it's now sort of like 7 o'clock in the evening, so I've just woken you all up, and now it's night time, so there's nothing we can do.
Damn it.
We should have someone keep watch during the night. I do not feel like being shot in my sleep.
Tell you what, I'll keep
Aw.
first watch. After about 6 hours, we'll get the next person to take watch.
It's
Sound
almost
good?
starting like Dungeons and Dragons. Who's taking the first watch?
Yeah.
Checks.
Well, you've been reading most of the night anyway, Violet.
Yes,
That's a
Yes.
point. You still have the leather-bound journal, don't you?
I do.
I just thought, whilst everyone else is sleeping, I might keep myself awake by reading that shit.
Oh, good. Bedtime reading of horrors.
Yeah,
You gonna
Which-
read the
which
leather-bound journal?
it'll keep me awake.
What floor's the room on?
Third.
Third. Okay,
keep-
we,
Go to
I-
the window, especially if it rattles.
Oh, fuck it, rattle.
we should Sherlock Holmes the shit out the window, see some sort of vaguely human-shaped thing.
Kiko, please no, don't make it a rattle sound again.
Have a shadow cast out there, so if someone tries to fucking shoot in the window, they'll shoot a thing instead of one of us, and we'll know that there's someone outside. Also, we should barricade the door.
You gained some mythos, didn't you, Dunnin? last
Last
session?
time, yeah,
How-
4%. Same as
4%. So you're going to read this, are you?
why not?
Okay.
Wait,
So-
he's reading what?
He's reading the leather-bound journal.
But
I
didn't
shall be
Violet
keeping my
already
gun.
read that?
Yeah, Bart read it.
Okay.
And I shall also be keeping my gun trained on the door during the night as well,
Well,
just in case.
You only lose 1 sanity point
That's okay.
reading that during the night, and you gain 1 point of mythos, so you're now up to
5.
5.
Yay.
They're all catching up to you, Lehman.
Riker orders room service. Ollie shoots him.
I brought you your book.
Doesn't matter because the
It's
food is
still cold. But so you're sleeping, and then the other guy is.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Right. I would like you done in to make a spot hidden roll.
Spot hidden. Oh, fuck. Here we go. 99!
You don't spot anything.
Oblivious.
You spot nothing.
You can
So
have a face hugger
you
on your
wake up
face. And
after-
not with this.
Yeah, you wake up. No, sorry. You're 6 hours ago, and you get someone else to do it. Who's making the second watch?
I'll
can
do the
do
second.
Rupert.
Can I have a spot hidden from whoever's taking second watch?
Well, Rupert, do you want to or should I? Because I already slept before.
My name
Yeah,
isn't
that's it.
Ruford, but alright.
Sorry, Lehman, do you want me to go?
No, I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay, okay.
I'm not good at waking up again. 72.
You spot nothing,
God damn it.
and morning comes.
There's some sort of fucking crab under the bed.
You're still
isn't
alive. You're all still alive.
Are we
Yeah.
all healthy, though, is the question.
there? Has Clyker
You seem to
smoked
be.
at any point in the hotel room?
No.
Okay.
So, yep, it's
I stopped smoking.
Learn his
my-
lesson.
oh my god, it's a big thing.
What?
Well, ever since ever since that happened to me, and I now notice that with 27 years old, I suddenly feel that I've aged years and my constitution is shit. I think the first thing I did was, get in shape and stop fucking smoking cigarettes.
So,
After the shit we've seen, I'm surprised you haven't started
what do you-
smoking more.
Describe the cigarettes.
what are you guys doing with your morning? You know that the Mr. Tonic is open, Violet.
I'm going to go and talk to Henry Armitage.
Okay. God, I can
I
imagine,
shall go with her.
imagine loads of Lovecraft fans just going, Armitage.
Where's how far's Armitage? He's Miskatonic guy, isn't he?
It's a 20-minute walk. It's a few minutes. It's not far a drive.
In that case, shall me and Clyker go and get a good survey of the house? before-
Yes, I'm doing
Yeah.
that with him.
You
That's
guys,
a
you
good
guys,
idea.
you guys take the car then.
You can take a bus.
Yeah, why not?
If you
Get
want.
lost. Yeah, leave the
You can
car.
take a bus to the house.
Take a
Well,
bus
why
to
not-
Ross's
yeah,
Corner, which is the village nearby.
Oh.
The
Uh,
fare is 80 cents each way.
honestly, I think I'd rather have a getaway vehicle if things go
So you're going to
crazy
wait
there.
for them to finish meeting Armitage?
You said
Oh
it was a
wait, they're
20-minute
taking the
walk.
car. Oh yeah, okay. Let's. Yeah, you said it's just like a
No,
walk.
we're not taking the car, are we? Are we just not walking? Are we? Are we taking the car? Are we taking the car, darling?
Let us take the car. We're heading to the house. You guys walk or take the bus. That
All
makes a lot more sense.
I think Violet decides. It's her car.
Well, I mean, I think the car should be used to get to the house
Okay.
Yeah, that makes
because it's
sense.
full of it's got the boot full of weapons.
Right. So so Dunnan and I are gonna take the car. I'll be driving because
Right.
yeah, I'll be driving.
because he's too poor to
Of
drive.
course, Elliot,
I-
being his paranoid bastard, gets his backpack from the car and carries that around as always.
I thought that was like in the hotel room anyway.
Oh yeah, it's of course in the hotel room.
Anyway.
But you said you put the weapons back in the trunk of the
You
car.
guys
but
are
you're
heading
not
to
leaving.
Ross's Corner.
Yeah.
2 of you are heading to the Mr. Tonic to talk to Armitage.
Okay,
The people get to Armitage to get to the library first.
of course.
And you are recognized, Violet, and you request a meeting with Armitage.
And I make it clear it's about an issue vaguely relating to this house plus these bros, so that he knows it's Thiwith.
Eventually, after about 10 minutes, you are met by a very old-looking gentleman in his early 70s. This man is old and white-bearded, stocky iron grey beard. Sorry, he's old and white-bearded. Sorry, mixing up quotes. He's got half-rimmed glasses on, and he looks at you with a slightly worried look on his face. Greetings. You are...
I'm Violet Carter.
Elliot Lehman.
Quite. You wanted to speak to me concerning an incident of something?
Yes, I'm looking into a particularly gruesome series of murders, and a book that you appear to have sole custody of has come up and is extremely relevant to both the course and nature and potential safety of everybody in this town.
Which book are you referring to?
I've got my name.
It's called De Vermis Mysteries.
The Vermis Mysteries.
His face grows a little stern at that declaration. My dear lady, you do not want to be reading a book such as that. Nobody does.
I don't want to, but I must.
It's not something that I would actively trust out to anyone. Do you have letters of reference with you?
No, but I can possibly describe the nature of the circumstances that led us to this point so that you can see that this is not some casual interest.
Then describe it to me.
So I go through the whole story with the Dark Brotherhood, show him the journal, etc., etc., etc.
This takes a while,
Yeah.
but once you're done, this is going to be interesting. I get to
Oh,
roll.
and particularly I emphasised the element of Yog Sothoth and Nyarlathotep and all that.
Well, this is interesting. I get to roll Cthulhu Mythos rolls for Armitage.
He's gonna die! I mean,
Well, I don't know anything about this Brotherhood of Darkness that you refer to, but the name Yog Sothoth sounds like a crude misspelling of Yog Soggoth. Yes, I've read a few things of Yog Soggoth. Yes. You really do not want to be looking at this stuff. I'm currently reading something a lot worse than what you wish to loan, and I am loath to part with it at this point, even for a time. But I must implore you. He grabs your shoulder. For a man so old, this
And
is
he
a-
reach.
Yeah.
This is a, grabs your arm then. For a man so old, this grip is very strong about this. I implore you, turn your back on this now, if it's that dark. For I have seen, just reading passages of the tomes I have, that if what you are experiencing is but a glimmer of what you say. He trails off.
The problem with these things, my dear man, is that it's one thing to choose not to look into the dark because it scares you. It's another thing to pretend that it's not looking into you.
I have been looking into the dark. I do not want others to tread in the same path that I am.
Then are you planning on solving this problem?
You seem to have this problem more in hand than I. You are equipped with more information than I could possibly be. Perhaps when you bring more points of a letter of proper reference, you will be able. I will permit you to look at the De Vermis Mysteries.
What?
Letter of reference from whom? And would a reference? Would a phone discussion with my academic supervisor? I can't remember which university I went to. Oh, at Oxford. Have done. Would do.
Is your academic supervisor a teacher of the occult?
Tangentially.
You may give me a number, and I shall make contacts with him in my own time, and get in contact with you forthwith.
Okay, so I give him the appropriate number for the switchboard at Oxford
Yeah.
and say if that fails, try a telegram.
Yeah.
And then I kill him and steal the book. I mean, no, I mean, and then we.
No!
All of Cthulhu.
No. And then you leave?
And then we place the C4.
Well,
No!
Lehman, before leaving, Lehman speaks for the first time, having let Violet handle most things. That I said, Mr. Armitage, you said you would rather not part with the book. Would Violet here be permitted to read it under your supervision?
Even for that, I will need a letter of reference. It's in the restricted reading list.
Shit.
There are other
Elliot sulks and leaves.
There are other such books there. I mean, there's one you do not even want to know the name of.
Well, now that you said it,
He turns away
bastard.
and leaves.
What a terribly portentous little man.
He's probably got no significance to anything.
Lehman grunts.
You can make a Cthulhu Mythos roll, by the way, on the name, both of you, on the name Yog Soggoth.
Gonna go crazy, aren't I?
Isn't it Yog Sothoth?
Yeah, Yog Sothoth, sorry.
God,
33.
33, no.
41.
No. Nothing is gleaned from the correct saying of the name according to Armitage.
Elliot is, however, reminded that he should probably wash his socks at some point.
Do you wish to take a bus to get to
By the way, I will be quickly AFK. I'll be right back.
Do you wish to take a bus to get to Ross's Corner?
Did we decide to meet?
him?
Yep.
Well, I assume so, yes, because
It'll
that's where
cost
we'd be meeting
It
up.
will cost you 80 cents each.
Jesus, I'm screwed.
Oh.
No,
Just,
you're doomed.
Lehman considers walking. How far is it?
Couple of miles.
Damn it. Okay, bus fare then.
Begrudgingly pulls out 80 cents
From his little jar.
from his little jar,
The
counting
rich.
out the counting out the
Thriftiest
pennies.
fucking farmer.
Counting out the pennies.
God, that should be me.
It's not you.
No,
So,
I mean, it should be me counting the pennies.
Lehman is tempted to ask Violet for money because he fixed her car, but
You
reminded
guys,
that he loaned it, so
No,
you, gu-
I'll pay for his anyway, it's fine.
you guys. Well,
I'll pay for his bus fare. I don't
problem-
care.
Lehman feels this undermines his masculinity and insists on paying it for
in
himself.
a wonderful fit of irony, you guys actually get to Ross's Corner first.
What?
Did they get
like-
lost?
You people have been delayed by sheep.
Fucking sheep. The urge to shoot a sheep and carrying it as a sacrifice for later.
Act. The farmer's just like, I'm afraid they're not gonna move by themselves. My sheepdog's sick.
Wait, how does one bus get past but not the other one?
Well, they're
going
taking
the
a
same?
different route.
Oh, I see.
Quick question. For my spell shit, I need something of cat size or bigger,
And
yeah?
I'm back.
Correct.
I could take a
Hold on.
sheep.
You could take a sheep.
I'm
How
back, so
How the fuck
what
would
happened?
you take it?
Good luck persuading the farmer to give you a sheep.
I break its legs and take it with us.
This is suddenly turning into D&D again. I break your legs and steal your sheep.
No.
Guys, what's happening?
They got to the house before us.
They got to Ross's
What?
Corner before you because you guys got delayed by sheep.
Would
Okay.
beeping the car horn cause anything?
You're not what?
Would beeping the car horn cause the sheep to do anything?
Probably.
Yeah, run around like crazy and make the farmer very upset.
Oh yeah, they took the car. I forgot. Damn.
You it's not much of a distance though. You guys get there about 5 minutes before Clyker
Yeah.
and Co do.
Mm.
You have the option if you want when you get to it. And I imagine you're probably going to wait for Clyker and that.
Yep.
This looks like this Ross's Corner consists of only a few tied buildings and homes. The prosperity of long farms, you all know, have long been in decline. You think probably no more than 30
Yeah.
people live here. There's a
Oh.
church and what looks like a combination general store with a post office, gas station, and a milk depot. There are a few people walking around. It's your choice if you want to stop at Ross's Corner, if you want to head straight to the house.
I
Shouldn't we
think
try?
because we're obviously waiting here, I tell Lehman to watch the road, and I'm going to go and quickly talk to the post office and general store just to see if there's any information we need to know about the house or whatever, or in case anything has got out of there while we've been filly-fallying around.
Filly-fallying.
It's a special term, very scientific.
You're going to greet them. You're gonna go into the general store
Yes.
and just greet them.
How
Certainly,
I
I would say good afternoon or good morning, whichever is appropriate at this juncture.
You notice that the expression that you're being given is especially dour, unsmiling, and oddly for somebody who wants to sell you something, suspicious.
Being oblivious, I don't notice.
Hello there. What brings a stranger to this humble village?
Stranger.
I've recently come into possession of the farmhouse. What's the name of the farmhouse again? It's called
Ross's. The farmhouse is just referred to as, well, you can give them the address.
Okay, of this farmhouse, and I was wondering if you knew of A, exactly where it was, and B, if anything relating to it had happened recently.
Why should I tell a stranger like you? Poking into local people's business?
Because I own the building.
Credit rating roll, please.
But I actually do own the building.
Credit rating roll, please.
All right.
You good at this?
52.
Hey, basically, but I own the building, and I'm such and such of such and such pedigree, and you go into a list of your qualifications in a flash display of how
Farmer-like.
Can't I just look down my nose at him and be snooty and just get so overwhelmed by the impression of upperclassness that he just goes fuck it.
Oh my god.
Either way, the person softens just a little. She softens a bit, and he goes, he softens and goes, yeah, come. Ma, you deal with this customer, I'm gonna go count stock. And his wife comes out. She greets you with a smile. And it was, oh, did you get his bad side? I wouldn't worry about that. Any suspicious looks you might have got today out of him or anybody are on account of the fact that last night a woman disappeared.
Really? Where from?
Well, we've no idea where she went. She went out in the dark to check on the barn. She hasn't been seen since.
Which side of the town is that?
It's down there, I think. You recollect that it's a little close to the direction of where the farmhouse is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Okay.
Maggie Mapin... hard name. Maggie Mapiper. That's, her name. She went missing. No idea where she is. People are just a little shy around strangers right now. Don't think nothing of it. What are you here for anyway?
I'm here to inspect my new property. I've come into possession of the house over there through the unfortunate passing away of a relative.
Oh.
And I'm going to have a look. But that does seem disconcerting if somebody has just vanished.
Children always say it's haunted, but it's it's all nonsense, of course, hauntings and everything, and taxes are always paid on the place. Mr. Merriweather apparently owned it. Done nothing with it.
Indeed. Well, sadly, he's the one who recently passed away, which is
Oh.
why we're looking into developing it.
Condolences. Development in Ross's Corner. That's unheard of in these years.
Mechanization. Tractors. Fire. Wait, no.
You saying that?
He said it. Violet gets absorbed in this stuff sometimes.
Yeah,
Power of fire.
well, I don't. It's in a bit of dilapidation, but you're welcome to go look. It's just, us people, not much to do. We get to know everything about everybody.
So do you know much about Mr. Merriweather, then?
No, not really. He never really visited the place. We just knew him by name.
Do you have any recollection of the former tenants before he was the sole owner of the building?
Nah, just some... before my time, I'm afraid.
Do you know anyone who would be old enough to remember?
Most of those people have either moved on or passed on. I'm afraid there's nobody who can help you here. There's not many people that live in Ross's Corner anymore.
Is there a local member of the law who we could talk to about the disappearance of Thingy McPiper?
Policeman comes in once weekly.
Okay, so no. Thank you very much for your help.
There's no problem.
I would like to buy some oats.
You buy some oats. You now have
I
oats.
sell them.
Plant the oats in the middle of the street.
I leave, and when I get to
You
them,
guys
I say,
arrive.
look, they'll
I
never
would
realise it
like
was a trick. I bought oats.
You, Klyker and Dunning arrive. You are amazed to find that Violet and Lehman are here before you.
How did you guys get past all the sheep?
I flourish the oats and say, oats.
Oats?
I can't sacrifice oats.
Oats? Wait, what do you want to sacrifice?
I can't sacrifice oats. I can't use them.
Wait, were you planning on sacrificing me the whole time while we were sitting in that car?
No, I was going to use one of the sheep, but I couldn't get around the farmer.
Oh,
Slippery slope.
that's why it took you 30 minutes when you said you were going on a break, like on a
Yeah.
pee break. All right.
I managed to break one of their legs, but it just
So have
wouldn't
you
get in
guys
the back
figured
of the
out
car.
where the house is then?
But by the way, while Lehman was standing out there, could he have done a spot hidden to see if there was anything weird about the town? Looking at the comings and goings of the. Okay, let's see. I need to find my 61. Shit.
You
Yeah,
spotted-
that's 3 below his thing.
You mean 3 above what you need?
Yeah.
Nah, you spot nothing out of the ordinary. You do have directions to the house now.
That's all right.
By the way, I described to the others the information I've gleaned, roughly where the house is, and I also include the information that Maggie McPiper vanished with her absurd name.
Right.
The exact name went with her. Nobody knows what the name was. So you have directions. You believe the house is about 1.5 miles away.
What time of day is it?
It's still morning.
Onto the house, I think.
How's
Unless you've got any
weather?
other places to search?
You want to head to the house?
No, we should head to the house, I think.
Yep.
How's the weather? I want to
Fine.
get in the mood for this.
Weather's fine.
It's mild?
Yeah.
All right.
You guys arrive at the house then. Again, you're at a house.
Again,
God
we're
damn
at the
it.
house. I try to spot if anything wrong with the house. Like, if can I see anything? Do I see anyone in a window or?
You can spot hidden before I've even described it, certainly.
Oh, okay, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
What
Go
a
ahead.
spiker does to the indescript house!
Go ahead.
This ancient house that you drive up to sits atop a hill,
Spotted!
visible from the road and about 100 yards east of it. It is an early 18th century house of saltbox design with a high-peaked roof and windows sealed by sagging shutters. Its single story has 2 rooms with that you can see from the outside, with a windowless attic overhead, and you think there's hints of a cellar below.
Didn't they say they? Sorry, Karen.
The roof is bowed, but all the shingles are still intact.
Alright.
I say we burn it.
Did they mention in which room they performed the summoning in the journal?
They said it was in the main room, didn't
The
they?
main room, they said.
They mentioned they heard it bunk about in the attic.
So it wasn't in there.
Elliot would like to do his usual, use his tracking to sort of go around the house to see if anything's left or come.
Mm-hmm. Right,
Yeah.
make a roll.
It's 27.
You spot a recently dead raccoon lying in the knee-high grass nearby.
Fuck raccoons, get the poison.
It's, you examining it in detail.
Is it natural history to see how it died, or is that medical?
You can turn it over for a start.
Would like to turn the raccoon over.
You turn it over and discover that the cause of death is very easy to determine. The animal's breast is stained with clotted blood and a large hole has been chewed into its chest. Make a
Was that
natural
like
history
a-
roll for me.
Like a dog or something?
Elliot Lehman sheds a single tear. I roll 74 and I have 75. No, wait,
Yeah.
I have 70. Shit, no, I
You
don't.
reveal-
Notice anything.
You do.
Oh, nice.
You reveal that the ribs were gnawed apart and that its heart has been neatly eaten out. A fox could have done it,
But
Why
why
would
the
a
you,
fox
fox
but,
eat
do
a
you,
it?
heart?
but you notice the very smooth edges of the wound.
Smooth edges. So yeah, call the others over and point.
Can
at
you
the
use
raccoon.
natural history to have a guess at what type of jaw might make that mark?
He's gleaned all he can from it.
Okay.
Would I be able to try? 'Cause I've
Yeah,
got
walk
natural
over
history
to
as
the
well.
raccoon. I look at it and I go, "What did this? It
Oh,
can't
no.
be a dog or anything, right? Like, I mean,
Maybe.
we all know it must have been something else."
I'm gonna roll a natural history just out of curiosity as well.
Mhm.
5. Okay.
You don't much a check. You're doing well on this.
Yeah.
God damn it.
You
It's
glean
like
much.
every time Lehman fails, one of us does a super roll and just gains extra skill
You,
points.
you
have
glean pretty much the same
74,
information that Lehman did, though. That it's been gnawed through the large hole has been chewed through, and ribs were gnawed apart, and its heart was neatly eaten out. Very neatly.
Okay.
Lehman throws the raccoon in a random direction.
You throw
Does
the
anyone
raccoon,
know
splat.
how long exactly has it been since Rupert died?
Right,
Does,
day?
any, does anyone know about like a day?
Nearly a day.
Okay. So again, by the way, I try to spot hidden now on the house to see if I
Okay.
like could spot anything.
Fair enough.
On the now descripted house.
Yeah, the now descriptive house.
Mhm.
Oh right, I need to do a roll, don't I? Yes.
Please.
21.
You managed to spot a selection of carved symbols of strange nature around all the doors and windows. that you
I,
can
I
see.
I walk up to one of them.
Can
and
I check the
I
symbols?
gesture to
you-
Violet to follow me and take a
Occult
look.
rolls for anybody wishing to examine them.
Yeah, I won't. I don't have any occult.
Here's an
rolls.
occult I brought
I
earlier.
have no
35.
idea.
You determine that these are symbols of power that from from general occultism, used to ward off otherworldly spirits. A good defense if left in place, and if they work. Cut away from the house, they're useless.
So are these supposed to keep something in, or do they keep something out?
Keep something in.
Were. Past tense.
Or yeah, can we somehow, like I ask Violet basically, can we somehow gleam if they're still active?
Do I know?
Cthulhu Mythos roll if you may.
15. So no.
No idea.
What? 15's not no idea. It's like
Nope. It's literally
no idea.
A
No, there's a
no-
pause before I say no idea.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, no idea.
Shit.
The front door is locked.
I try to.
We have a key though.
Can I? Yeah. Wait, before we try it, can I look through a window, the closest window to the front entrance?
Yep.
What do I see?
You can see through the window a front room. It looks dirty and long untouched.
Is it
Dust.
very dark inside?
There are no lights, but natural lights coming in.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you want me to keep describing it?
Yes, please.
Dust lies thickly on the mantle, and empty shelves where dead leaves and detritus cover the floor. Wooden floor is badly warped and stained, the result of water leaking through the roof and ceiling. Rot has eaten away an old couch and matching wing chairs. Perhaps they are the source of the faint odor you can smell even from outside.
Well, gentlemen,
Very
like,
delicious.
what do you think? How should we approach this house? Because
We should
Fire.
approach this
by,
house
by
armed,
now we cannot approach
armed.
this bumbling.
armed.
Yeah.
We need
Do
to
we
approach
all
this armed.
like? I've got my handgun. Are all of you armed, or do you need to go back to the car and grab the big guns?
My handgun doesn't leave my side, son.
I'd have
Okay.
to. I'd have to get the gun.
Okay, then please go
The
get
gun,
get the
the elephant gun.
please go get the
Dude,
big guns.
those things are large.
Yeah, Lehman, you be sure to arm yourself as well.
He takes
Get
his
your
trench
spears.
club from his backpack that he
Are
is
you sure
wearing.
you just want to use a club?
Well, yes. I'm not
Okay.
comfortable. I might just easily shoot one of you if I pass out again.
Well, we don't want if you pass out. Don't worry, this time we won't have you pass out. Okay, so once
Thank you.
Violet comes back with the elephant gun, how are we gonna approach this? Are we just gonna waltz in through the front? Should I try
Well,
the key?
well, there was. I think Violet mentioned something about the attic, it being heard up there. So I say we shoot the shit out of the house.
You want to just shoot into the
Can
attic?
we-
I say that's an
guys?
extremely bad idea given the girl went missing and we don't know if she's dead or alive.
I
Yeah,
was
and
about to say.
considering, shouldn't we at least try and banish said creature first? Like, if there's any way to do.
Have
Is
you
there-
ever banished something?
No,
Banish,
but
All I
Yeah,
know
no,
is
we
how
don't
to
have
shoot it.
information.
no, but we learned earlier that if we perform the thing in reverse and repair that pentagram, that we can actually banish whatever it is. So
yeah. The thing said that, but last time there was a bunch of shit, and what you guys
Also, are
told
you
me, you just
confident?
shot
Are,
the guy.
are you confident that we can pull that off?
well, put it this way: keep that as plan A, and plan B is pew pew.
Guns.
Yes,
Fire.
lots and lots of guns and fire.
Okay, guys. So rule number 1, we all stick together. Rule number 2, we cover our backs.
Right, I'll go in this direction. You three go that way. Let's see what happens.
Right. Should I try the front door, or do we want to try and get in through somewhere else?
Front door sounds good.
Front door. Okay, Kiko, I try the.
Mhm.
I try. You don't think so, Demon?
We are, however, assuming that the thing will fight us if it's in there, whatever the hell it is, and
Well,
it will just flee out some window.
We're
and
still
start...
assuming that it's
It
actually in
ate
the
a
house.
raccoon.
It did eat a raccoon. Maybe we should have a look around the house to see if it would be able to exit from anywhere and how it actually gets out the house. Oh, does it open doors? What happens?
Okay. So do we want to? Okay, let's go into 2 groups. I'll go with Violet and Lehman and Dunnan, and Violet and me circle around the left of the house, and Dunnan and Lehman circle around the right, and then we meet up in the back.
Right.
Don't split up, he
Sounds
says.
good.
First thing we do is
Well,
split up.
Yeah, but at least we're splitting up with 2 and 2, so
That's
that's
fair, yeah. Okay, so me and Lehman in the front door, you guys going around the back,
Right.
correct?
Okay.
Yeah.
You head round.
Okay.
I
head
take
around,
you can
yes.
open up.
and
You-
spot hidden, I guess.
Okay.
I also would like to spot hidden from the front.
Yeah, so I'll do it on the left side basically,
Mhm.
and I guess Violet can do it too. I don't know.
Mhm. Right.
Okay. So I've got a roll. I have a 40.
21.
You. Anyone else, or are we all done spot hitting?
Well, I guess we should
Uh,
all do it. I mean, we're
if you
all
want.
walking around the house.
Go on then. 88.
Right.
78.
None of you spot anything in particular as you circle round to each other to get to the back door, which you notice is slightly ajar.
I fucking knew it.
Okay. So let's approach
The
this
nervous
with
breakdown
caution.
begins now.
I pull
Corbett's
out,
back and he's brought his friends.
Okay, so I take my handgun. I take my handgun and I slowly move towards the door. Lehman, do you want to cover me with your club?
Yeah, all right. If you see a fucking corpse, shoot it right away. Don't let
I'm
it get
gonna
up.
shoot, dude. I shoot whatever comes out of this. Believe me.
Yeah,
If it's
yeah,
a little
yeah.
girl, I'll shoot first and rescue her
Yeah,
later.
You do him in.
I
Right.
will. Okay, so I slowly walk up to the back door
Mhm.
from. Does it open inside or outside?
Out.
Outside. Okay, so I approach it from the right. Then I
Mhm.
guess so I
Right.
can like open it up
Yeah.
and I grab the handle.
Mhm.
I leave room so that Lehman could jump in.
Mm-hmm.
And I slowly open the door while holding my handgun.
You open the door to reveal the back room.
Oh.
Okay, what's in the back room?
Near the entrance to this room is a narrow opening in the floor, revealing a steep flight of steps leading down to what you imagine is the cellar. A trapdoor set in the ceiling overhead leads to the attic. The wooden frame surrounding it decorated with the same occult carvings seen over the doors and windows of the house.
Is the trapdoor open?
No.
Does it look like tightly closed, or does it look like is it ajar?
Let me answer that question for you.
Is it ajar? No,
No,
like it's made
it's
of
not.
wood.
Evidence points to recent occupation. The dust has been kicked up and fresh.
Sorry.
And the
Oh,
phone
rings
rings!
in the distance.
I didn't know we were
And
gonna
who
electric
was
over here.
phone?
Yeah. Oh my god.
This is Cthulhu.
Stop investigating me!
And that's why they call it the Call of Cthulhu.
Hello, Cthulhu. I'll be right back.
The dust has been kicked up and fresh footprints can be seen.
I shall
a
be
lot-
back in 2 minutes.
Yep.
Of course.
A large
shall,
fight-
shall we take a little break until he's back?
We can do.
Because he kind of needs to hear this, I guess. We can all take a little bathroom break, get something to drink.
I don't need to shit. Why do I? Do I have to?
You don't have to shit.
And who was phone? It was
No.
Cthulhu.
You can take your little 3 inches and have some fun with it for 2 minutes.
Aye.
God damn it.
What? You talking about?
What?
I think this will be a good moment for
I'll be
me
right
to
back.
briefly pause the recording and start a new batch. So.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.